What's good, fam? We live. Y'all know how we do. Hold on, let me put that check mark on it. Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding the self. And it ain't even showing up. Okay. All right, y'all, we live. I put the wrong thumbnail on there. It's all good though. I wasn't even supposed to put that thumbnail on there, but I'm rocking with it for right now. Salute, salute. Finna get it popping, man. We got Racehead got some information. I got some information. We're gonna get to it. But first, let's check on Somalia. Let everybody get in.
In accusations of main care fraud against a healthcare provider in Portland, Gateway Community Services. Just late this afternoon, the State Department of Health and Human Services issued two big documents that tell us some important things. One is this: it's a suspension of main care payments. State auditors say in this document that there is a credible allegation of fraud that they're investigating regarding Gateway Community Services. They also released the results of a third audit. We told you about two audits that took place many years ago that the state told us about earlier this month. Well, they just released the results of a third audit that took place between 2021 and the end of 2022. They found in that audit that Gateway overbilled main care by more than $1 million. And a spokesperson for DHHS told us during those prior audits that we were asking about that anytime that they have to recoup more than $100,000, that it's considered significant. So this $1 million is certainly a big deal. Auditors wrote in the report to Gateway Community Services that these are not only widespread, but repeated errors. And they say, we've educated you on this before, we've penalized you on this before, and now Gateway has 60 days to appeal this latest finding by the state. Now, this also lines up with some data that we had requested from the Department of Health and Human Services about how much money did Gateway get in main care dollars from 2019 to 2024. They gave us those numbers. They say it was about $4 to $5 million a year, a total of $28 million. We reached out to the lawyer for Gateway and said, what's the deal with this? He said those gross.
Mommy, you putting the dollars, you putting the water sign behind the water too, huh? You learning from the OGs in the chat.
Revenue figures don't really account for the full cost for Gateway delivering its services. They have multiple locations, more than 100 employees, most of whom are not new Americans. He said that Gateway incurs significant fixed operating costs to provide these services and that their net revenue is substantially lower. So then we reached out to the lawyer again to ask him about this latest finding. He said Gateway received that notice. Right now the reimbursements are paused. Gateway has very little information of what this is based upon besides that notice. They said they're going to take time to review it and respond to the allegations. They say they stand by their previous statements.
Yeah, because
you have it listened, you type it in, and then you go digging.
So let's find out who is this person who heads up Gateway, y'all. His name is Abdullahi Ali. Take a look at this brief little clip, and then we'll get into the proof. He actually did an interview about his running for a governmental office in Somalia.
Important to note, in the House oversight demands for certain banking reports, they list as persons of interest the company's founder and CEO, Abdullahi Ali, the Somali American who, while at the time serving as executive director for Gateway, last year ran for president, which is essentially governor of Jubaland, a state in Somalia south of borders Kenya. Also listed, former assistant executive director and current U.S. state representative for Maine, Deka Dalak.
So we had reported on this previously that he had run for, he ran for warlord in Somalia. And that's because the reports say that he had to show them that he could get a militia together. And in case you don't know what a militia is, it's like kind of a small army. And so people have been saying that he's taking money out of Maine and sending it over there to fund the army. That part, of course, he did not comment on in this interview, but he absolutely did say he was running for what I say warlord in Somalia, y'all. This is wild. Check this out.
One of your main stated goals in your campaign platform is driving out the extremist group Al-Shabaab. How dangerous of a task is that? And are you concerned about your own safety?
Of course, I'm concerned of what that would look like. But
Yeah, we got to get all of them out of government, man. Salute to everybody though, but yeah, we got an important talk today, man. We're supposed to talk about a lot of communication and calculations. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, man, what's good with the fam? Ainswell, what's good, family? Good, man. You know, we had to come through on this Sunday. You know, we talked about standing on business. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody who's been supporting the channel though, man. Just getting more awareness out here on what we doing, what we standing on. But yeah, we got to get these. It's too many tethers in office, man. It annoys me. It annoys me, man. I don't like it.
I am prepared to face the concern and the challenges, and I don't leave. I will put everything on the table.
Open up the chat a little
including
early,
assassination attacks against myself and others.
How has your experience in leadership roles in Maine influenced your feeling that you're fit to lead in your home country?
I have spent about 15 years in Maine. Most of that for the last 10 years, I have been running organizations in Maine. And
it's crazy how though, like right now, we see how like Vivek, VR, and a lot of the people that they're not even American, but they're like anchor babies. How they being treated, and it's crazy. But it's a good time to be alive, good time to be FBA.
The last 4 years, I have also led an organization that is based in Maine, but has offices in
Kenya, man. Y'all hit that like button.
Provide services in East Africa.
And I'm just gonna loop this in, y'all. This is totally unsubstantiated. I'm not even gonna play the audio from this. If you want to see what this,
what's good, family? What's good? KG in the building. Salute, man. This is a big one, man. I'm glad y'all sliding through. Your anchor babies need to go, yeah. They gotta know that we're not like incapable of doing these. We don't need somebody else from another country to be running our politics. I'm gonna let y'all see how even the white people are, delineating. It's crazy, and they calling out people that ain't. It's crazy. It's like everybody delineating right now. But they following behind us. Yeah, man, y'all hit that like button. Man, I appreciate y'all, bro, supporting the channel. We finna get to it. But I'm gonna open up the lines, man. We had some big talks. I wanted to get to the business. We were supposed to talk about, we had some topics where we was going to talk about or bring up how could we communicate on a secure network. And shout out to homie Racehead. He gave some pointers already of communication, but I wanted to get be easy. I know I told them 10:30 and they're on the West Coast, so they're going to be, I'm going to see what 10:30 they should be tapping in. But yeah, that's the subjects we're going to be touching on, man. And we're going to be talking about getting these tethers out of here. Yeah, we survive without immigrants. Yeah. Jersey City. Salute to Jersey City. Yeah, but I'm going to put this on. I want y'all to see this. This crazy. Yeah, we got Lotus and Lotus and Be Easy coming in. But a lot of people was already saying how they feel like they are, you know, jocking off of what FBA saying and using it. Hey, my good brother, Water God. Salute. I appreciate you, man. We got to come through for this one. P. Russell put, we need all politicians to say where they stand on FBA reparations. If they not with us, they can't get our vote. For real. For real. Know thyself. Salute. I love you, FBA. FBA love and unity, for real. We appreciate that love and support, man. Immigrants are copping, please. It's too late. Yeah, man. But look, they copping, please, trying to, they don't have that birthright citizenship. But yeah, everybody running over here for that thumbnail I put up for that FBA having them trillions. Yeah, but we're gonna talk about real. Let me put, I ain't put the I'm gonna let the chat talk today, because we're gonna talk about, you know, the tether is gonna come in too, so we gotta have them. They haven't been wanting to come on the mic lately. Salute, Fela Speaks. I appreciate you, man. Always holding it down. Yeah, man, we just waiting on like Be Easy, Lotus. We got Corey now. Waiting for Racehead. Racehead got some information. But that's what we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk money talk in this live, man. Like what we can do, what some of the things that how we can be communicating. Let me pull this up. And stuff like that. But check this out. Let me share this video. What up, DJ? Salute, family. For real. We in the building. FBA Standing On Business, y'all. But listen, I'm finna put this up real quick. Get that. Yeah, I don't want y'all to be coming in and a bunny on the screen. Y'all gonna be like, what Water God got going on? Check this out. I like that. Know thyself.
Check out the influence of Black Americans, y'all. You have non-FBAs using FBA terms like tether.
Let's just be completely honest of what Byron Donalds is. Byron Donalds is a tether. He is not an American descendant.
Wait a minute, James. How do you know the term tether?
He is a tether. He is not an American descendant of slaves. So when Byron Donalds cries like he has over the last couple of weeks because I call him a slave to AIPAC, a slave to corporate interest, a slave to the pro-immigration lobby that has hurt every race of Americans, but has also hurt Black Americans who disproportionately work in food, hospitality, leisure, and customer service. He is in no position, has no right to be complaining about me calling him a slave when he has absolutely no direct descendant of slavery in his family. He's from Panama. He's from Belize. His dad's from Jamaica. Irrelevant.
You cannot deny the influence of Black Americans, the foundational Black Americans, because we all know where that term came from, right? If you've been keeping up with Tariq Nasheed, you know that's a FBA term. But now you having people getting hip to this, like, oh, these are not Black Americans. These are immigrants with pro-immigrant policies. So people...
These are knockoffs. These are when when you get them fake shoes over there at the corner store. That's what they is. Generic made. They're not and being somebody like that, you want to be authentic to yourself. Go authentically to your country, bro, and be everything, make it great again.
Or waking up and recognizing the whole narrative and the agenda that these immigrant politicians are pushing. I just wanted to bring to y'all attention the influence. You know what I'm saying? The influence that Black Americans have. Man, and shout out to Lolo for sending me that video. All right, y'all. Till next time.
Yeah, so there y'all see, bro. We got it's another one I'm gonna show y'all. You got a lot of people like calling out, they using our lingo, FBA lingo, and they calling out these same people. And I feel like it's gonna be very hard for you to not be an American to be in politics. It's just like, go be politics in your own country, bro. I mean, your people haven't went through anything yet. But check this out, y'all. They all getting on our trail. I'm gonna let y'all see the other one. Hold on. If I can find it, guys. But damn, if somebody tap in, very true using the language. They don't. I got y'all on the wrong one. But shout out to brother Chris, man. Be standing on FBA business, talking about we need to start investing. Salute to him. They call themselves Heritage Americans now since we started delineating. I noticed that. Like, what is a Heritage American? I guess that's their thing to FBA Convo, what it do, family? FBA Convo in the building. Salute, man, salute. We at 10:30. We got 5 more minutes, man. Just waiting for a couple. I was supposed to go at 10:30. I know I was telling y'all at 10:30, but yeah, we got to start standing on real business as FBAs, man. We got to come up with that code of conduct. And we don't be liking to say too much, but y'all know on my channel, I like to talk about action steps. You put that some fake shh. Oh, you talking about that? I mean, it is Alabama. That's where they you put yeah. Alabama is where they got that what you say is fake, fam. All right, if you say I'm going with you. We got one. No, she says fake, fam, so I ain't even going. I'm gonna take your word for it though. That was just somebody put up the FBA start investing. So I don't know if it's real or fake, but I like the energy. Put these immigrants want to be FBA so bad. Yeah, they do. It's getting out of control. It's a lady that got she had 190. This the disrespect they do. It's the lady that got $190,000 ring. Her name is Sheila Sherfilis. And let me show y'all. She was sporting a 190K ring right here. With the band. He said she used FEMA funds to buy that thing. I don't know. Black immigrants have stagnated FBA progress. Most definitely. They be scamming, bruh. It's the 190K ring right now. They spending 190K on the ring. But yeah, man, we gotta stop this, bro. This is crazy. And then y'all know they saying FEMA don't got no more funds. When stuff happens, FEMA don't got no funds. We have to do a forensic report on all the money. Anything got to do with black people, we got to do a report, where the money going, we got to do all that. Yeah, these Pan-Africans trying to desperately swap with FBA. But watch out for the finesse. Yeah, they got the Pan-African king himself under investigation, so they say Pan-African prince is under FBI investigation, so I can't lie, these tethers sure know how to scam their way into this. Yeah, they know how to scam their way into the bag. You do know how to scam their way into the bag. I think they be getting help, though. I don't think, I think they be getting help, bro. They don't just be doing it with themselves, especially over there in Minnesota. But FBA combo. The finesse is real. Pan-Africans changing their name. No, for real? Yeah, man, I got to get on that Pan-African space, bro. Yeah. Make sure they FBA like us, but they also get our FBAs too. They get them to start pledging. What do they call it? When you get indoctrinated. That Pan-African grift is drying up. Yeah, it got to be drying up because it's too much. I'm going to get into that too. Let me get into this Pan-Africanism because the Pan-African prince is look like he about to go down. Only one I'm still alive, standing up doing stuff is Afro Think Tank, but he still be. But I didn't know they changing it to Black awareness. But I did see somebody did a video. Somebody did a video when he was like, man, if you a Pan-Africanist and you denouncing it, because it's a lot of people that was denouncing Pan-Africanism. Let me pull that up. They denouncing it like, man, I'm no longer a Pan-Africanist. Yeah, there was some people that they crossing over right now. Listen, Water God, can you take down the Afro Think Tank? Yeah, man. I canceled him. I did a video canceling him, man. He be talking nonsense. But I canceled him. It got a lot of views. A lot of people was with it. I got a lot of people was agreeing with it. So I may gotta drop another one on him just to keep it active. He definitely in our way though. The illegal way through. What shot we're talking about? Okay. Yeah, but let me show y'all this. I couldn't find the Pan-Africanist, but that was on. It was Afro Think Tank. He was the dude who was saying it. He was the dude that was saying like, Yeah, if you gonna leave Pan-Africanism, you're leaving Black unity. So if you leave Pan-Africanism, you leaving Black unity. He was telling Black people that, and they all falling for it. Mama Lisa in the building. Hey, Mama Lisa.
Look here. Can you hear me, Water?
I can hear you, Mama Lisa. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I want to speak to everybody that's there in the channel and can on. But when I come up here sometime, it's because I just want to ask a question. I don't know if you be sitting in the chat. And I'm going to get on back down here to later.
Okay.
What's Pan-African?
Pan-African is Americans, really, that Black Americans that want to unite Black people all together as one unity, one group of people.
Did they want us to go back to Africa?
They want to say that our origin is from Africa. Yeah, that's their belief, that we're African, really.
Because I used to listen to that boy, the one that was going to school and gonna make the school. But I couldn't quite understand what Pan-African, and then when the school never came, you know, and that he got caught in a lot of stuff there. So, but that was some years back, you know. So I'm gonna get on down here and listen.
Okay, hopefully I explained it well. Somebody in the chat.
You did.
What is a Pan-African to y'all? Because it may be different.
Because I thought he was talking about going on back to Africa, and I was wondering why is he still here in Canon. So I could be wrong now. I don't know. Okay. Don't quote me on anything that I'm questioning. When I know what I'm talking about, what do I say? I am the receipt.
You are the receipt. I feel that, Mama Lisa. Salute, Will. But yeah, Afro Think Tank attack FBA every day. I'm gonna do a video on him, man. I'm gonna make sure I need some target practice. Black people were already here. Facts. We was here, man. But she said, what is Pan-Africanism? I hope I explained that right, but I want to know what are. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all real quick. Check this out. Like bro was talking about, pro-African. Check this out. Let's get it.
Country engineered the murder of Malcolm X. It is my opinion that the same forces killed Malcolm X, killed Lumumba, John F. Kennedy, Dag Hammarskjöld, threatened the life of Nkrumah and Ben Bella. The white races, since the power structure of this country, engineered the murder of Malcolm X.
How did they go about it?
There's general infiltration. The whole question throughout this country of infiltrating Black organizations and Black people's movements. I don't know exactly how they went about it, but I can certainly say that the evil forces in the power structure of this country is not only out to kill Malcolm X as they've killed other leaders, they're out to kill anyone who voiced opposition to the status quo. And certainly the echoing in which Malcolm expressed is certainly in opposition to the present power structure in its dreams.
Bayard Rustin has said that he thought Malcolm was moving toward the philosophy of Martin Luther King. Do you agree?
I do not feel Malcolm was moving to the full philosophy of Martin Luther King, because I do not believe Malcolm would ever accept nonviolence as a principle. I do not accept nonviolence as a principle, but I certainly will accept it as a tactic. So I'm not going to say that he would have joined King completely, because King accepts nonviolence as a principle. Because if a cat slapped me, I'm going to go to war on him. Now, I don't have the same philosophy, but as a tactical thing, we're going to have a peaceful demonstration on the street tomorrow to close the stores if it's not closed. Tactfully, this is nonviolent and peaceful, but not as a principle. I think that's the only difference. I don't think Malcolm will ever accept nonviolence as a principle.
Did he moderate in his philosophy during the last months of his life?
Certainly, I think Malcolm saw a much broader
But Corey Green, shout out to Corey, man, with the new channel, bro. Salute, salute, salute. But I think anyone wanting to be what you're not is demonic. It's kind of like the transgender, bro. Kind of like the same thing. Kind of like the same thing, bro. It is demonic. Definitely agree. DJ put, I don't think Malcolm or Martin will approve of what these tethers are doing today. Most definitely not. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, but man, they always putting the enemy within. I want to see if people
where it actually makes sense.
This is a Pan-Africanist right here.
You're living in a pan-European society. You're literally living in a pan-European society.
The reason Black Americans don't take Pan-Africanism seriously is because we've never seen it in the places where it actually makes sense.
You're living in a pan-European society. You're literally living in a pan-European society. Pan-Africanism is basically Black people in America and Black people in Africa united to get out of the situation we find ourselves in. Pan-Europeanism is white people from America and white people in Europe working together to keep themselves in the position they're in and to keep us in the position we're in. You've seen it work with the white race. You're like, hey, yeah, nah, it's not gonna happen with niggers. Niggers, never gonna happen with niggers. Basically, our fear of white men, our fear of power, and our fear of change and ineptitude has forced us to say the same system that has oppressed us and kept us here for thousands of years cannot work if we tried to do it. It's exclusive, it's unique to white people. Black people, it's impossible. This is basically like sitting down eating a vanilla ice cream and then saying it's impossible to make a chocolate ice cream. All you got to do is switch vanilla for chocolate. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. All we got to do is switch mindset and races from white control to Black control. Mindset of unity instead of individualism. That's all it takes. And you're saying it's impossible. It's crazy.
But that's what the Pan-Africanists do. We ain't never feared the white. Right, I don't know what they talking about, bro. But Atlanta is positioning itself as America's gateway to Africa with Mayor Andre Dickens. What's his background? And city leaders promoting the city as a key economic, culture, and business hub. See, they investing all this money and sending it to Africa, bro. It's disrespectful to us, bro. That you would actually want to be bringing people over here or a getaway to people here. Like, what are they talking about, bro? Salute, CR Royalty. Holding it down for a minute. But dude is talking crazy. They bombing Africa right now. We got FBA that need help right now. I'm telling you, they putting so much money in, and I know the people up top robbing it, but for real. 42, yeah, we lit. Andre Dickens is boule. Yeah, when you boule, boy, you down with the business. You down with the business. But this is disrespectful, bro. It's disrespectful, man. But this is what Pan-Africanism is dead right now, if you don't ask me. Salute, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, DJ. Got to, man. Got the Invisible Man on.
How you doing?
What's good, Invisible Man? What's good, fam?
I'm good. What happened to your guy that you used to host on Sunday nights? You and him, wasn't he
Are you
from
talking
North
about
Carolina?
Trevor?
Yeah, was that Trevor?
Trevor Jackson. Yeah, man, that's my guy. He been taking a break. Look like, I mean, you know, he been tied up, man. So working and stuff.
I talked to you guys a long time ago, and we were talking about business. And so when I saw the title, I thought, you know, you were going to talk about what kind of business to create. But then as I listened, you were talking about FBA standing their ground in order to move forward as FBA, not necessarily creating businesses.
No. Yeah. We is. That's why I'm having this, because we scheduled this on Friday and we was going to talk about what places where we can speak on our ideas. So we had some platforms that where we can speak, where, you know, we can feel comfortable without our ideas being stolen or messed with. So that was what we said, what we was going to talk about on this one. But yeah, I always like to talk about the business and what we could do with that 1.7 trillion. What's some ideas? Do you got some ideas?
Yeah, well, I put together a plan, and it's partly in use. You know, I'm from Detroit. If you don't remember, me
Yeah, I
coming
remember
on
you checking the
sometime.
Detroit dude. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I was just checking him just because he just wasn't sounding right. I think he came on board, but in Detroit, you know, one of the avenue is called the Avenue of Fashion. I grew up around there, and it's the fastest growing small business area in the country. So Detroit has actually, and this is the plan that I wrote and presented it to the mayor back about 20 some years ago, to break the city down into economic districts. And it could be used around the country so that you identify the commercial sectors and then you invest in them one by one. And eventually, you know, you get a group and it becomes a base. So like in Detroit, there are a number of areas in neighborhoods. Avenue Fashion runs from about mile and a half, and right now it's pretty much full. It's all Black businesses, and for artistry, clothing, restaurant. The restaurant scene is huge. I mean, there are people that now come from the suburbs to go on the Avenue of Fashion because the restaurants have grown and are that good, right? And there was this one clip from a girl that was from, you know, I don't know the state she was from, but she was sitting in the restaurant and she was in awe of the fact that she said, guys, there's not a white person in here. It's all Black. The owner is Black. The managers are all Black. Everybody's Black, right? And it's something that we have pushed in Detroit for a long time, and it just takes a lot of time to percolate. Me going back to I'll give you a couple of examples since I'm the only one on here, and if you give me time. But I've always looked at the economics as a pie, and so I was in a room one time where there was Jesse Jackson, Kwesi Mfume, and I think it was Farrakhan. And it was a Congressional Black Caucus in Washington, D.C., because I went to law school at Howard. So every year around that time, everybody would congregate. And this is when cell phones, I'm aging myself, cell phones were just coming out. And so I had stepped into an empty room and they stepped in. And so I could overhear what they were talking about. And they were talking about how they were going to force corporations to play ball, but they were going to get their cut. my takeaway or my immediate thought on some of that is that when we look at economics, we can't look at it as a 9-inch pie and act as crabs in a barrel, and there's only enough for some of us to get. Instead, you have to look at it as a growing pie. It goes from a 9-inch pie plate to a 12-inch pie plate to maybe a supersized 18-inch circular pizza. You know what I mean? So
I know exactly what you mean. I'm gonna give
right.
you an analogy of what happened to us real quick. Let me interject.
Mm-hmm.
We had in what's the name of that lawyer? It's crazy that I feel Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
I should always remember his name. That's crazy. But Johnny Cochran, he filed a suit on the government and got $300 million for a town called Alliston, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 17,000 residents because their water was poisoned by Pfizer. Was one of the big companies then, but he wanted 300 million. 18,000 people got 300 million and it all got broken up and it ended up being nothing. But if they would have took that 300 million, I think everybody got like $9,000 or something like that, because it was, it didn't break down to nothing. But if they would have took that 300 million and kind of like what you're saying, let's make that 300 million 600 million, and then just taking off little pieces, it would have made more sense,
right?
In my opinion. What you think?
Yeah, I mean that's what people. As a community, if you pool your money together, you have more ability to create, right? So in a small town like that, and I'll go back to my hometown again, because there are plenty of buildings that were empty that had been, businesses had left, they were for sale, you could get them on the cheap and you could open businesses, right? If you wait too long, all of a sudden, the cost goes up, and that 600 million or whatever amount it was isn't as, it's not, you can't buy as much, purchasing power loses. So when in Detroit, you'll get a block, maybe 2 blocks of buildings, and you could get them on the cheap. Somebody can open a candy store, somebody can open a restaurant, somebody can open a hairdresser, somebody can open a barbershop, somebody can open all these different type of businesses that used to be there. And then that kind of then starts the growth, and you get to what we now have in the Avenue Fashion that just goes for a mile and a half, and every single storefront is now in business again, right?
Okay, let me interject real quick. So you saying you have something really already together, and is that district right there? Is that what you talking about?
I put together a plan that broke Detroit down. I didn't designate the areas, but my plan was taken and used. I didn't get credit for it, but I was on the board of my sector where I grew up. So the mayor then broke it down into 10 sectors. Each sector identified their business corridors. And within their business corridors, we were then able to select a firm that would do the analysis, right? So I selected an old architectural company, Smith Hinchman Grills, I don't know what they're called now, to look at the district and plan in our sector. So when they did it, they took a look at every commercial real estate business in that sector and said, okay, this is where you should go and start to build your businesses, right? Because this will have the most impact. And that's exactly what happened. Now, there were always businesses there, but now you've got, I would say that you've got about 50 and about 50 black businesses that
Okay.
are doing business there now.
Okay, so check it. I'm in the water treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be my process? How would you put me on? Give me your, like, tell me your plan. Let's say you got somebody and I'm like, okay, how can I tap into Detroit and treating their water and, you know, providing water treatment services for the people? How would you put me, like, what would
I have now are you talking about that guy that created that machine and that could kind of, no. Okay. So a water treatment thing, I can't give you, I haven't thought about that in that respect.
It's like home improvement. You feel me?
So
it's going down up there for sure. I know it's happening.
Are you talking about putting it in the houses so
Yeah.
that it's like the connecting it to the faucet? So in each house you put
whole home purification.
Home purification.
So, right. You know, whatever stuff you have in your water, we take it out. We just give you healthy quality water.
Well, I would say that especially in a place like Flint. So you know what happened in Flint, right? Flint had that water problem, right? With all the pipes that they were getting raw
but everybody got water problems, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we're gonna help everybody, but it's water. I mean, everybody, you know, this ain't just
I would almost say there, you know, you got a number of ways to go about it. You can go online, try to get your message out that way. You can then maybe open up a storefront, small storefront where you have
water commissioning every state.
Well, you know what, you have your products in there and you explain how it's done. People come in and they might say, okay, I want this hookup in my house, right? And you get it through the retail process, but you also attack on the online process, etc. There is, you know, there's money talks from the old mayor of Flint. She has a Money Matters or a Money Talk every week. You know, and talking with someone like, you know, that, and getting your message out through there, you just expand that type of advertisement, I would say.
Yeah, because Flint, I mean, they can get but that's more of a serious issue. You know what I mean? We talking about, I mean, they can still get their water treated, but we talking about, you know, normal impurities, you know, too much.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, because and that can be done in Flint, because those people were actually, I mean, a place like that where it's top of mind, like in Detroit, people aren't necessarily looking at you know, I got to get not like Flint. You know, not like Flint. No, people in all over the country, like you said, want that system because they want their water purified. I can tell you, when I went down to DC and I was looking at the water that comes out, you can pick up the water today, right? My daughter is in DC. I said, man, look at all these particles in this water. So I don't know if I want to drink this. I need to go buy something. So, you know, you need an attachment. So I think water treatment is still a good idea. It's just I haven't
Y'all
thought
got
about
them up there. I mean, I see some white companies up there, Detroit Water Treatment. So I mean, they got to be doing something.
Yeah. I mean, it's to me, it's just be getting your product out.
Yeah.
A mass marketing thing. So let me tell you this example about or this situation where I was the thought process and standing on FBA business. The thought process has to be that we want to come together, that we want, and I think we're there, right? I think we're getting there, right, with this whole foundational Black America movement. But I was part of an organization, and you know, one of the members, we were holding our monthly meetings at an athletic club in Detroit, high end, white owned, And so they put me in charge of the monthly meetings, right? Social calendar, that kind of thing. Well, another one of our members had bought a hotel in Detroit. And I said, look, we're gonna move our meetings over to his hotel, right? Because I come from, one of my grandfathers was an AME minister. The other one controlled a large part of Detroit in the policy bank. And the numbers, for people who don't understand what the policy is. And so I come from a background where, and this is the other thing in Detroit, when I was growing up, my doctor was Black, my teachers were Black, the lawyers were Black, we had Black judges, we had Black store owners. So what I saw in Black Bottom Detroit, because my grandfather was a part of that, I just saw that. It got destroyed, but that's what I grew up in. So when I get to this organization, and we got some guys that aren't from Detroit, you know, one guy in particular was from Indianapolis, Indiana. I don't know if he was even from Indianapolis. He said, we should have a meeting over here at this country club so these white guys can park our cars. I said, I don't know what kind of bullshit you're on, all right? But I don't need to go out there and have a white boy park my car just so he can park my car. And our member right here is trying to run a hotel, and every time we have a meeting, he staffs up, and we're paying his staff salaries. And you want to give this money to these white boys out here just so that you can have them park your car so you can, you know, get fancy among them. I said, that's not what I'm about, right? And so the guys, especially the younger guys that were in the group that were from Detroit, we're all on this Black business thing, right? Okay. We're not on this thing. We're going to go out of here. We don't need to show white people anything. We're from Detroit. We've been doing this all our lives for a couple generations, right? We're not doing that. So as long as I was in control of where the meetings were happening, that's what happened. And this is a time when the economy was kind of strained, right? And the guy that owned the hotel, he was also one of the largest funeral guys in Detroit, right? And what he said one time, he said, I just want to thank you guys for having the meetings here, because I don't know if I would have survived this time period without us having the meeting here. And that's what I was all about, because I'm not going someplace, and that's the idea of, I think, what FBA is trying to get to. I'm not going out here to show white people what kind of purchasing power, what kind of money, how big I am financially. That's not what we should be about, right? It shouldn't be about this crabs in the barrel. That's why I appreciate you and what you've talked about ever since I came, and I recognized, or I first found your channel back when I was asking about that other guy, because that's when you first started. And if we're not willing to sacrifice, like you said, that small town, if they had pooled their money together, if we're not willing to sacrifice that, we're not willing to take the step that's necessary so that we get actual power in this country, because actual power in this country is money. And then when we pool that money together, then we can control a lot of the other things. We can turn the wheels of power in Washington, in our state houses, in our cities.
Right.
But if you're not willing to,
I'm more of something like, I see kind of what you got, but it seem a little, it ain't really straight point. Like for me, right? I'm in water treatment. It would be nice. I can, if somebody on your end, let's say if somebody in Detroit, I can show them how I do my thing here, and they can show me love on their end, and I can show them love on my end. Basically, with FBA, we need to be, it's too many of us. We need to be having our businesses in different areas, and us putting out,
Oh,
You see
yeah.
how them Somalis did? They got the whole
Yeah.
mall.
Mm-hmm.
See how they say that they only go through them? It's like we gotta be on something like that. Like that's what
Yeah.
I'm on right now. Malls, businesses, what we doing? What we putting the money together so we can have an asset.
The plumbers. I mean, you can tap into the plumbers, right? And I don't know if there's there's black engineers, there's black sales groups, that kind of thing. And there's this thing called the National Sales Network, NSN. It's a black sales network that you might want to tap into. It's national, but it's got chapters in every city. So it's got a chapter in Detroit, and I think I got your contact information so I can give you some of that information as well. But the plumbers might be somebody like here
Yeah,
again.
right. I can connect. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I want FBA to know because I've been in this industry for 11, 12 years.
Okay.
It's not much of us, but I'm even saying for whatever anybody else is doing, it's just I know the water treatment industry, and I
Right.
know that as far as FBA, our people, we aren't. My customers are Caucasian, majority, but I have black customers. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, it's not as an importance as it is in our communities, as it is when even like other cultures, they come here and they're gonna make sure their home is. They're gonna make sure before they even
Right.
get into the home is right.
Right. Right.
So all I'm saying is that how do we get a sector and grow this sector so we know that we are doing the same thing and it's for us? That's the kind of the movement in the position of where I'm going with it, because they letting more and more chemicals in our water, and it's only gonna affect FBA, to be real.
Right. Well, the other thing is, like I said, that Flint mayor is actually my cousin. She's the former mayor, and when the water problem broke out, that was she became mayor in order to address that problem, and she's the one that has the economic the business conversation talk show once a week or whatever it is. So I can try to hook you two up together.
For sure, man.
So that you can possibly talk about that, because that was her baby, that was top of mind for her. And that's one reason I mentioned Flint. So her name is Karen Williams Weaver. And so she's on talk radio all the time, just about building business like you. So for you, you're gonna have to, aside from your doing this all the time, you're gonna have to almost put as much energy as you do building up your water business. That's why you call yourself Water God, eh?
Okay. Well, they gave me that name. Yeah, somebody gave me that name, and I ran with it. I ain't just say I'm gonna just call myself Water God. So
right.
But yeah.
Well, I was curious as to where that came from, but now it makes sense. It makes more sense. I didn't know what it was about, but you just have to be creative as to how you get your product out there.
Yeah, because listen, I'm trying to patent it. I got an idea that I'm even trying to patent. Like I got a system that's gonna be able to take out bacteria too, that I'm working on. But just simple purification, you know what I mean? I'm just saying our people need it, and from what these companies that are charging them that are not, from their culture, it's crazy. And I done put together with the game that where I'm saving a lot of homeowners money on buying filtration, especially people that got a lot of
well, talk to me. Tell me how it works. Tell me your process. What do you or you cannot do it because you're trying to get a patent for it?
I mean, no, I'm getting water. Look, I'm helping people every day. I got but that's just a patent that I'm working on right now, that it's gonna be the only one that kills bacteria. That's a softener. But that's to here nor there. But I can tell you how it works, how my business works, right?
Okay.
I send out every door direct mail, and I have Google. So what I do is I advertise and market on every door direct mail. People contact me, and I do it on Google, where I show my equipment, things that I install, and all of the problems. And I market, and I receive phone calls of people they want water treatment systems. So, I go in, I get the call, I do a consultation free. I come test the water, put it on the system, and I do 6 to 7 tests, and I tell them this is the best fit system for you at this price. Boom, that's your warranty. And I show all the prices of the big companies. This is what they charge. Boom, 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 boom. So my closing percentage is pretty high. I think I can train anybody to do this. Like, this is not a hard task, but it's definitely people that can benefit and make money off of this process wherever they're at, and helping people, because I'm saving people a lot of money, when I do their water treatment system, and they
How are you saving them money? How are you saving the money? How are you saving the money?
So with the technology, so really, I'm more the man too. Like, when you got real problems like tannins, sulfur,
right,
in your water. Let's say you
Right.
got tannins and sulfur in your water. So you got a bad staining, and you also got an odor smell. So to take that out, it's very expensive. Like, they're marketing that online. I mean, all of the top companies is marketing that as like a $10,000 project for you to just take that out, But I got this. I got a process that I use to take it out the same way. I use 2 tanks, UV light, but I'm charging something like $5,000 for that.
Okay.
So that's how I'm saving them money, but I'm giving them that same quality. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I know. I understand what you're saying. And are you are you only applying that to the drinking water? Is that what or
anything?
Because in my mind, what I'm picturing is, how you can attach things to your kitchen sink, and you can filter the tap water so that you can drink it. I see this guy up here I don't drink tap water. But when I was growing up, that's all we drank. And so when in my mind, what I'm thinking is that this is something that you're attaching to, like in the kitchen, so that when you're drinking water out of the tap.
Yeah, you can get it that way. I show you, I can even show y'all a picture of what it looks like. But I can show you I show you what's the best thing for you. So drinking water is what I'm gonna always offer with a whole house system. And then I'm gonna offer whatever's in your water, But if you're on city water, they're pumping a lot of chlorine and chloramines in the water. So you want to just take that stuff out. But I just feel like everybody, it's a needed service. You know what I mean? It may be, but you need it. You need to, you can probably deal with the tap water and, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to take out the chemicals? It could be harmful. The CDC, and it's a lot of reports that it causes kidney stones and a lot of health issues we're dealing with, the chemicals that's in the water. But really thing is FBA. We need to be able to educate FBA and understand that even if it's a nonprofit to start, we have to get our people more on making sure their water, because in history it shows that we've had the most like Flint, like what I told you about Anniston, Alabama. I was up there in Newburgh, New York, and they had a big, it's our towns and our areas that have bad water problems and were messed up. You get what I'm saying?
And so but as you say, most of your clientele is white. And
like my customer
and upper end. You have
I ain't even
upper
gonna
end.
say upper end, because I do got black. It is people that deal with me, but what I'm saying is the people that's calling every day, the ones that are really into it are, you know, well off. I could say that's probably because they're more well off and more homeowners, but there are black people too. I don't want to like make you think it's not. It's people that are doing
No,
it.
because you want to get to a point where you're selling it en masse. I mean, that's the trick of every business, is to get up the numbers. So is your packaging, is it how big is it? What's the size of it? I mean, I'm just trying to get a
packaging and it's shipping in it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get a picture of what this thing looks like.
Man, I got something for you. Hold on. Got something for you. Show you what it looks like. So I don't like putting this online like that, but it ain't. See, I'll go to my pictures. So I'm gonna show you here. This is what it looks like. Snoop y'all for tapping in. I know we going on one with this water, but let y'all understand what. So this is it right here.
Okay. Well,
now this is city water. So that tank right here, this is your carbon tank. This is what's gonna take out the chlorine, chloramine, and everything like that. And then this is a high efficient softener.
Okay.
So what this is it's not gonna cost you a lot in salt. See that this tank right here, you got to put salt in there, and you got to make sure that it's cleaning that system out every day. So this is pretty much what I do, but that's a 3-way bypass. You see that plumbing. This is like a premier. If anybody in my industry seeing this picture, they're gonna be like, man, that's like a top tier. It has, because I got the 3-way bypass where you can get treated water or you can get tap water still.
So it looks like you're doing the whole house with that right there.
Yeah, that's the whole house, but I'm gonna show you where it get a little bit, everything it get more complex. That's more simple. That's something
so that's the kitchen sink.
Yeah, so that's something like a water softener. I mean, not a softener, but a reverse osmosis.
No, you know, I mean, there are a number of my thoughts that come to mind is you can market each of those as you probably are, but the real estate agents, new builds come to mind. Rehabs come to mind. You know, for me, if I'm thinking about, I'm in the DR right now, so the water is trash down here. I have to buy water all the time.
Oh, you in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I'm in, and so I buy water in these big things to drink, and everything that you explained about the smell of the water and all of that, what I shower in, it's I wish I had what we have in the States, right? But so what comes to my mind in seeing the pictures of what you offer is you can do a retail thing online, and then, you know, are you doing this all yourself, or do you have salespeople helping you out?
I got a few salespeople and I got a few technicians too. So I got a full staff. I mean, you know, I'm moving and shaking. It ain't just me.
It can grow. When I look at this, it can grow and become nationwide. And so I know what you're talking about on FBA business.
You see, I want to get with my lineage, because listen, this industry that I'm in, we ain't in it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I done seen it. I done been with a company. I've been doing this for a long time that I'm understanding. So I'm just trying to bring this to the, like, y'all, look, this is an industry where we need it for sure. Claude Anderson said we need to master the
and
water,
you got
energy,
something tangible, something that you've made something that you're selling. You have a product. You're not in an idea thing. The other thing that comes to mind is, you know, I'm a health guy. I'm a health. I'm on the borderline. My daughter thinks I'm a fanatic, but I'm on a borderline. So at my age, I'm 68. I just turned 68, but I've been working out my entire life, right? So I still hit the gym 3 times a week. And I can tell you down here that these dudes down here, the people in the gym that I go to, and there's some serious lifters in there, but they look at me and say, wait a minute, you are not, they put me at like 52, right? And it's because I've just noticed, and let me tell you something. This is another thing where you can do for your marketing, because water is very important to the body, right? If you want to be healthy, the stuff you put in your body, you need it to be good, right? So I looked at my grandmother, another lady, and another guy that were older than me as people that I said, you know, I want to look like them when I get older, right? And it was what they were putting. And so I'm going to skip over that, but it was their daily habits and that kind of thing. And I'm just saying that water is one of the biggest things that you need for your body to operate. So that's one of your sales pitches, right? Healthy water. Because as one of the guys says, you know, hey, look, I'm not drinking tap water anymore. But if they had this in their house, then what would they be saving on dollars, on time, and on comfort?
Man, it's the money. Listen, with this tank right here, let me break it down to you so you like everybody needs something like this. But check this out. This right here, right? You can get 50 gallons a day, right? 50 gallons a day. And it's going to cost you probably about in a year. Let's say by you getting the required water that you need, this will probably cost you from the water that you already paying, probably an extra $10. But if you got 50 gallons of bottled water from the store, however many you drink, let's just say you only drink a gallon a day.
Right.
You're going to have to pay for that. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not only that, and like I was saying, the time, right? Now I got to run to the store and buy this water, right? Whereas if you have this, then all your water problems are taken care of, because everything that you explained about, I you know, I'm up on. I know about all that stuff, right? Because I'm not putting that into my body. I mean, I want to live. If I die tomorrow, I know I will have lived a nice life. I'm still walking. I'm still riding my bike. I'm still, if I wanted to run a half court game of basketball, I could still do that without, you know, I mean, so I think one of your marketing tools is that. Now, let me say something about this guy right here, that Too Cold. Is this something like the fella did when he was transferring the air to water? When you were talking about that, when you first started explaining to me what you were doing, I was thinking about that guy that you guys advertised, that he used plastics, right?
Yeah.
And then he created water. You remember that guy that you guys had on your program a long time ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. What he was doing, if he would bring that to a place like this island, man, I think that would solve a lot of these people's problems. There's so much plastics that's in the water, you would not believe it. And when I say plastic, I'm not talking about plastic particles. Their trash system is lousy. So you got bottles that float from the river out to the ocean that congregate. And when I talk about the amount of plastic bottles that just get caught in one area of the ocean that comes out from the river,
right?
The guy could clean up. He could just he would probably need, they would probably need a whole plant, but it would solve their plastic problem down here. It would solve that plastic problem down here because he's taking the plastic, using it as fuel, right? And then
you talking
creating
about,
water.
yeah. No. Yeah, a guy was using a machine to run and create the water.
Right. He was using the plastic.
Yeah, but that
to
was like
fuel the machine.
Right, but that was like, I mean, unless you're gonna get that water and bring it to your house and bathe in, at some point, that's only accessible to like drink water. You get what I'm saying?
But that's what they need down here. Like I have my water delivered down here, right? In 5-gallon jugs.
How much they charge you?
What is it? It's about $1.75
per jug, right?
Yeah.
So $1.75 per jug.
5 gallons.
Right. So this is what we saying. I'm in the water purification, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of game we can put down. This is what I'm trying to put down for FBA, so we can understand. Like, we got a market here. Like, we need to understand where I'm coming from with the water and get on. So check.
Right.
I got the equipment that could purify the water.
Right.
We can get the jugs, right? Now that's you in the DR, that's cheap. But we can also give people in hospitals and certain places to where they got their 5-gallon jugs. You know what I mean? Just like I told you, I can get 50 gallons a day, you know, with that, but I can make a bigger tank that where you can get like 200-300.
You know, the other thing that you might want to do is say, you know, go to the restaurants and say, look here, let me put a filtration system in your restaurant, right? And the purification that you're going to get is just as good, if not better, than Dasani, right?
Yeah.
And now, is that what you're doing?
Right.
Okay. So then, you know, you're drinking water god. You're drinking water god water. However you want to, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I mean, it's purified to a higher standard than what you're getting from Dasani. So for you, it's a marketing thing, right?
Yes, but it's also our thing because I want us to understand that we're spending our dollars. See, we got to start practicing this. We got to, because there's people gonna get water treatment. You know what I mean? I'm probably one of the very few of us that's doing this kind of business that could do anywhere. But the point is, we need to be put in our industry, just like with me, whatever I have, I would want to make sure, you know, I'm spending money with FBA. We do 1.7 trillion. We don't need a dollar going out. We need everything going in. So, you know,
exactly.
At one point, this is why I'm trying to set up, you know, state to state and have our brothers do this, because we're not in this industry. So this could be good for us too. You get what I mean?
Right. So, you know, I mean, if your thing right now is to build as much as you can where you are right now, and then try to get show how it's done. So like somebody in Detroit, you sanction or you franchise the business, right? Or whatever other process, however you want to call it, right? And then you turn these guys on, and then you're taking as much whatever you want the fee for them to run the water god process, right? And it's just like a franchise fee, right? So you do it down there, you get it all done where you are. You're in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you are, you get it lined up so that it's on point down there. And then all of a sudden you're able to take it to all these people that listen to you, all you listeners in here, listen to my man. Look, you know how important water is. You know how important it is to your health. It is the most important thing for the body to function. Water is the most important thing for the body to function, right? So you need to, if you have a problem, then you need to get with him. Your biggest market, I don't know if it's the whole house, the kitchen, or the other part of it.
Depends on the person, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it depends, some people are where they just want the drinking water because they may be in an apartment or they may be,
Right.
but
Right.
some people, they may be in the house and they may say, look, man, I want to know how it feels, because it's totally different, man.
From my experience,
yeah.
From my experience, like I told you, going from Detroit to DC, I can tell the difference in the water. I don't drink water out of the faucet in DC. I will drink water out of the faucet in Detroit, right? Because if I pick up the glass and I hold it up to the light,
it's going to be clear.
Right. I go down to DC to visit my daughter. I see 10 particles floating in there. I'm like, oh, hell no. Right. So, so for me, it's the kitchen piece that is important to me. And that would be important to a whole lot of people, because the minute they hold their glass up and see shit floating around, they're like, oh, no, hell no, I'm not drinking that. Right. So they run out and they buy it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, I have bought those pitchers. Those pitchers that you have the filter in?
Yeah.
Right? My brother has that, right? So, there are a lot of people that I know that have bought those pitchers. So that kitchen thing, the price point that you can hit them at is,
man,
to
I'm gonna
me,
show my people love too. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, what I'm saying is, it's like, that's why, like, I think we can do that, but I can do this from where I'm at to the people where I'm at and target them. But my point is to put us on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt. I understand exactly what you're saying.
I can sell it to them from here and be like, yo, I can get it installed. I can do that. But my point is, I would rather us be state to state with it. So we, it just gives more.
Every young brother and sister wants to get into a business. Not everyone, but they want to get into a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I had met my wife, my first wife, there was facsimile machines were first coming out. They were first coming out, right? Mm-hmm. And they hadn't become big. So this guy in California was offering franchises. I bought one in Detroit. My wife bought one in DC. We blew up. Do you know one customer paid my rent in an office building in downtown Detroit? So I know exactly what you're trying to do. In DC, which is a paper-driven city, my then wife was making 3 times, 4 times as much as I was making, right? Mm-hmm. So, and this guy's sitting in California, and the only thing he was selling us was a facsimile machine. We had to then hook it up and then call it, the name of his business was Fax Express, right? So whatever you name your thing, water guy purifications,
right?
Then you tap into these people that are looking for a way to make money.
Right. That's what I'm trying to set up right now. Yeah. And it's the people, that's why I want to present this with FBA first. But I got you. I got a process that I got from what they're already doing.
Right. So there are hustlers. Everybody's a hustler, right? Everybody, a lot of people are hustlers. And so they want to make money, right? So National Sales Network is a national Black sales organization. From everything to what you're selling, to insurance, to stock, to Whirlpool, to what, if they are working for a large company, they become a member of that, and that way they try to penetrate the market by becoming a member of NSN, and then they are able to talk with people around the country. It's a Black sales organization, National Sales Network. Okay.
I got you. I got you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, but no, I'm with you, and I would turn if I were in the States. I mean, I would turn some of the, and I might tell some people about it. I have one guy I'm thinking about now that does a podcast up there. He might be able to, and his father's a plumber, and I used him when I had plumbing issues, right? So that's why I say hook into anybody you can hook into that's associated
Anybody
with
I
the
can hook
business.
up to, man, because yeah, I got so much ideas. I've been in the industry for so long, but definitely for anybody else. But I would definitely like to put my brothers on and have something circulating in these states. So I'm gonna have that together and present that to people, or and have that for FBA, because we trying to talk about some ways, and we were supposed to talk about a secure way that where we can speak, that where we know it can't be hacked in, it can't be hacked in or nothing like that.
Listen, I mean, everybody has that issue. I mean, I didn't tell you about my whole program because, like I said in the beginning, the fear of letting your idea out there for somebody to take it is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and here's the other thing I would do on here is I would say use your water supply as a sponsor to your
my video.
Yeah, everything you have down here. Everything you have down here, I would have my my company as a sponsor. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you letting me up to talk.
Yeah, I'm back, man. I don't know what happened. It done booted me out. Let's see where we okay. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming in, man. I appreciate you giving me that information. I'm a definitely National Sales Organization. I appreciate you. And yeah, man, anytime you got the, whatever you got going on in Detroit, let us know, man, and stay tapped in, because I definitely want to figure out how we can make something shape.
There's so much to do, because I'll leave you. I think I said this. I don't know if it was on your channel or not, but in Detroit, I'm so heartbroken because we don't have a Black congressperson in Michigan anymore. And in Detroit, at one point, we had at least 2. We may have had 3. We have a Palestinian, and we have a Indian, right? And I can tell you that there's something called MENA, Middle Eastern, ME, and something Arab, right? It's a new census category. And this Palestinian congresswoman that we got in there played Black Detroiters, because the only reason you put Middle Eastern North African, that's what it is, Middle Eastern North African on the census, because they wanted to get more of the pie, to claim they're minorities, so they should be considered for all of these government contracting and that kind of thing, right? And we don't have one Black representative in Detroit. That's a travesty. That's a slap in the face. But that's a slap in the face that we control.
Yeah, why would we need some? That's what I'm saying. It's no longer like every city we in, we need to have us standing there, and we need to have FBAs in line.
Right.
But it's so many, it's like all of the people that come here, it's like they go straight to politics. So it's like it's a flooded market, but
because they know where the power is. That's power. That power then turns into them doing exactly what the Somalians did. And if you don't think that that guy was able to get all those millions of dollars of contracts up there in Minnesota without Ilhan Omar's help, you're not thinking.
Right.
Because
anyway,
she helped just by the fact that the guy could probably say, hey, Ilhan Omar told me to call you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That simple phrase is the way the game is played, right? And we lose out in Detroit, of all places, the first chocolate city in the country. We're losing out. Now we got a Palestinian sitting there playing like she's a sister. Oh, she got the terminology down, everything down pat, right? She can curse like one of the best of us. She can speak the language like one of the best of us, right? And she's tricked all these people and gone in there and got a census category for people that probably don't amount to over 2 million people in the country as a whole. 2 million people. Give them a census category. They claim minority status and come and start leaving with contracts like the Somalian did in Minnesota and up in Maine. That right there, that's a travesty. And it's on us to fix that. I'm so happy that this FBA movement has started, because nobody in my family was talking about we're African, right? You know, I never heard my grandmother say, I never heard anybody say that.
Me neither. I never heard nobody say that, man.
And as you know, you're from Florida. I've said this before, my family is primarily South Carolina.
Right.
They don't say that. Sure. And then let me say this. Here's the other thing, right? So when people talk about, when you had that guy, Stokely Carmichael, then now what was it, whatever his name was, he changed it and people were using, when they say that we were using the African terminology, that was that time in the 1800s when those things came about. We have progressed. We no longer use that terminology. So for them to hold, that's like the Republican Party saying they freed the slaves. All right, motherfuckers, you were part of the Lincoln had the war, but that wasn't his true intent. You did, but you can't hang on to that. That now that the Republican and the Democrat parties they've switched ideologies. They've actually just switched ideologies, and now they're switching again. So when we say African, referring to the AME church, that's because it was established in the 1700s, or whenever it was established at that time, 1800s, it was established at a time when that was the terminology.
Right.
That was in place. So
Indian at one point in time too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just have to, you know, I can't let that pass when people, especially when you have these Africans coming over here talking about we don't have culture, we don't have this, that, or the other. And I try to tell people, just like what you're doing right here with your water, the iron and the iron, Black person created it. The hanger, Black person created it. Yeah. The real McCoy. Why? Why is that just infused into American discussion? The real McCoy, because it was a Black guy that patented his grease, his oil, and people would go to the store and say, oh no, I want the real McCoy. That was a brother. So every creature comfort that we have in the United States and that we've then passed through the world has come from Black inventions, right? The blood transfusion. The only way you get a blood bank is because you had Charles Drew. The only reason you get a gas mask is because you had what's his name. The only reason lights are able to stay on for as long as the light bulb is because of what a brother did in creating the filament that goes into the light bulb. The only reason that we may have water that we can drink is because Water God created a system. And that's what you are trying to do, and that's why I appreciate you. The other thing I appreciate is that you said afterwards, when people say, these old people are on here, let me tell you something. Old people my age, and I don't think I'm old, but I am old, but we have had these thoughts. But Jesse Jackson was in the limelight. Jesse Jackson was able to push African American. People get up to these positions and they're able to then to control the narrative, right? But people my age have been on this for a long time.
Been saying right, you know?
We've been on this.
I believe that too. It's just it wasn't social media back then, so it was like you can't measure the influence.
And the other thing was, I don't know how many people knew what really happened in the slave trade, right? So we get more information now because of social media, because what's online is books and people talking, and you got the Africans talking nonsense, and all they're doing is showing us what they really did and the reason why we came over here. We are a different people. My belief is we're a different people because once you come over here, once we were put on those ships, once we were then put under the ships, that trauma changed us genetically. It changed our mindset. We're no longer part of what happened. And then a lot of us have this, okay, we may have European strands going through our DNA. Some of it may have been through bad things. Some of it was through good things that happened, but we've got that strand running through us. And then everything about America, everything, the inventiveness, the toughness, everything about America is because in the way we ran things, the way we came up, the way we did things, the dog in us and all of that is because of us. We are the influences of this. We're the fighters for this. We're the inventors. You've shown through yourself. I'm going to get off my soapbox. You've shown through yourself. People, get his water filtration if you need it.
Yes, I appreciate you, man.
All right,
I'm gonna be pushing that word out there too for him.
All right.
I appreciate you, man. Invisible man. What you said your name was?
Kevin.
Kevin. Okay, you can go by Invisible Man if you want. No problem.
Yeah. I'll do it behind the scenes because I can get controversial on here. And I have gotten controversial on some things I wish I could retract sometimes. So I have put my picture up through some, so some people can go check, and they if they do a deep dive, they may find me. And when they find me, they may be shocked to see what I look like. But that's a different story. So anyway, be good, man.
I appreciate you, brother, man. Stay tapped into the show.
Always.
All right. Shout out to the Invisible Man. Coming in. What's up, Ree in the building. CRU royalty. Black Irish first imported chattel slave. I think much of our Euro ancestry was from Euro royalty. I don't know about all of that, but I'm not familiar. But yeah, man, salute, man. This is the platform where I feel like we could do some communication on. Okay. It's the only network where you can hide your. It's another one on there. BitTrick. Shout out to Racehead. But this is where can't nobody hear conversations what you got going on. Clyde Witter. Black Irish is a good search term, man. YT. Okay. Salute. But yeah, man, I wanted to speak on that communication service, desktop and mobile. I'm gonna get into it. I don't know if it's desktop and mobile, but it definitely is private. And I'm gonna get into it. I wonder if everybody can get it, but yeah, it looks like it is desktop and mobile. Used to have a channel, I think, and it got shadow banned. Yeah, man, they shadow banned me for a little minute. But it's something we all gonna vote on, man. We still gonna be going live. I just wanted to bring this. You know, somebody else may have one, but I want to ask y'all. Somebody told me that WhatsApp is they got an encryption or something like that. Do anybody know anything about that? Y'all, let me look it up real quick, man. Y'all ain't but I don't know if WhatsApp have it or not, but yeah, y'all, we gotta be free out here, man, and network with each other and make it happen. Volo Television put what's really good. B1 FBA Gen X, Generation X. Okay, hip hop lives. Man, hip hop waiting for somebody to break out, man. It's like somebody got to come up with a good. I never used WhatsApp before, but I have seen it. Yeah, somebody said that they got encryption, so it may be something we could use, but no FBA came up with that, so I was thinking it may not be valid. He put nothing is safe. The AI on the phones break everything. Dang. I'm with you. It's like we can't, it don't even matter. No, you can't find it on your phone. You say it got the app store and everything, Simple X, but I'm with y'all. I don't think nothing is. I think they tapped in on everything, but I think we gotta still get our information out and keep it moving. We can't be worried about the after effects or what they're gonna do after but we do want to protect it though. You want to have some type of gatekeeper, but Discord, yeah, I got a Discord. Let me put my Discord in there. I'm about to just do it on Discord, bro, because we do be tripping. We be tripping. But let me give y'all my I'm gonna put it in the chat. Salute to everybody for tapping in though, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be with me with having these tough conversations. So a lot of conversations everybody don't want to have, but you gotta have them. I think this court is pretty private for the most part. Right. So you feel like it's private? I mean, they market it as a private network. Were you able to find it on your phone, Ree? They say it's not, but like they say everything's not private, but they say that Discord is not private. So, so having that private communication is key though. But freedom and security of your communication. The first network where you own your identity, contacts, and groups. That's what they selling. But You got it. Salute. Yeah, man. Join us on there, Ree. I'm gonna get back to talking on there. We was kind of like we didn't want to give up too much ideas on there. But I'm gonna start back getting on live with everybody and getting us on point. Government can't tap everything for real. Greetings, WMA Warrior. Salute, man. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing a better understanding of self. Let me see. You just joined in on that read. Let me see. Okay. Got you. But yeah, y'all. We always making it happen. We in the building. But yeah. We trying to come up with these ideas. I got some good ideas. I know the people who I've been on the chat too, everybody got some good ideas, but we got to get moving for this 2026, man. We got to make it happen. Discord is encrypted. Then they've been trying to change it where it's not private with false flag events. So far, it's been holding up. Servers are private, but you can make them public also. Yeah, ours is private. Just call you Warrior. All right, Warrior. I like that. You put Dane as a Discord. Discord is safe. Yeah, just vet the people carefully. I got you. Yeah. I think it's safe too. I'm gonna start turning back up on Discord, bro. You know, people in my chat was just like, "Hey man, we don't want to give out all our, we don't want to be saying everything they got it." You spooking me out a little bit, but I'm standing on lineage business, man. Standing on lineage business. Navy sent my guy a letter because he said, oh, he sent him a letter because he was talking reckless on the. I can understand that. So they got something. They got something, bro. But shout out to everybody was like, oh, I thought we was talking about the money. We always talking about the money, man. We on code SBC. You should check it out. Come up on the open panel, Truth Over Lies. What's SBC? Okay. What the heck does SBC mean? Or he said some key phrases. Single by choices. You know what? My boy Don G to put me on single by choice. I'm gonna have to tap into that one. I'm gonna have to tap into that. Cart before the horse. Yeah, nothing is safe. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be prolonging this, bro, because I was ready to talk to a group of people for about a month now. So, now my boy put me on the single by choices. It's a YouTube channel. They be going in. Shout out Don Jeter, man. But yeah, it's a YouTube channel. Single by choices. No, but they do really good, and a lot of people watch their content. So I'm gonna drop a dime. Yeah, kind of not really about building back Black families. Oh, not really about building back black family. Dang. That's what we need, man. We gotta have we need a code of ethics for our, because it's a lot of people that's from outside of America that they putting stuff on like X and TikTok that ain't right. Talking bad on us, trying to separate us. Oh, not really about building back black families. Got you. I heard that wrong. I read it kind of say, yeah, kind of not really about building black families. I'm like, dang. But my boy Don Jeter told me about it, and he's credible to me. He's a credible person. So if he's solid with it, I grew up in the same pretty much area as he did, so I'm pretty sure I figure it be the same. And I see dating content. Yeah, man, on here I don't really stick on no dating content. But if it fits the necessary, like I did a show with not with, but about Travis Hunter. So I touch on it if it. Yeah, they destroy our businesses, bro. They definitely destroy our business. You all right, Mama Lisa? Yeah, they target us, bro, when they put out misinformation to try to, keep us distracted. But it's about being on code. You still can't follow that. Like, if you know these people doing that and the result of how you living is still the result that they want, it's not going, it's like, damn. And that's what we got to get to them. Like, you got to be on code all the way. But our businesses too. We need our businesses thriving. We need them thriving. But I'm gonna be on the Discord, y'all, man, and put information in there. So if you in the group right now, man, I'm not gonna be giving it away no more. It's like I got enough people in there that where we good. I ain't gonna trust no more new people. So I feel like that's enough people that we can start with and get things going with. I think it's about 50, 40, but so I'm gonna probably have, one more live, give it out, but after that, we're gonna keep it official with the people that's in there, but Mama, you got a landline, Mama Lisa? Mama Lisa said they called on a landline. You pick up that thing like, hello? What you mean? Told you what's going on, like threatening you. Man, salute. You put that target us on X, man. Salute to Mama Lisa, man. Mama Lisa still got the landline at the crib. What it did was federally trademarked my name. What I did was federally trademark my name. USPTO. Okay. Yeah, I seen it was worse than that. Let me show y'all the. Shout out to my petition though. Let me get, cause it's making way. It's making way. It's making way. We getting there. I gotta push it more, but I'm trying to get to 500. Trying to get to 500. Nikki needs to be reported for sure. Big fact. You know, but we have 473, man. So let me show y'all what Nikki at. It was like 13,000. But y'all look at all my petitions that I done did. I was on a petition tear. Alone. But let me look up some petitions though, bro. Nikki. You got a couple on. Dang, they got 48,000. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna be putting some more out, more petitions, and straighten it up a little bit more. But just kind of get the ball moving. I tag Trump and them in there and JD Van. This person say, as a daughter of an immigrant mom and family member of other immigrants, I am proud to say I stand with immigrants, but this case is different. I've seen firsthand how hard immigrants work, how much they sacrifice, and how much they are willing to lose just to give their families a better life. Immigrants aren't monsters. As some might say, we are people. Because my family, I know that immigrants bring strength, love, culture, and passion to this country. We deserve to be treated with respect, dignity, and love, just like anyone else. Standing with immigrants means standing with families like mine, and I will forever be proud to do so, which is something Nikki would never say. Promoting cruelty is inhumane, and I still don't get why people who never experienced losing family members due to this mass deportation situation, or even know that the kind of sacrifices immigrants go through, are still rooting for Trump. Just because Nikki is rich, famous, and is now in favor of Trump doesn't mean she should be held above the law. Sacrifice. Man, it's crazy though. Nikki finna get up out of there, boy. Nikki finna get deported. She finna get up behind deported. That's why she working, boy. What up now? Kelvin Cook, what's good? Yeah, man, y'all know what time we on. If it hit 100K, she out of here. She out of here if it hit 100. Oh no, I may sign that thing, man. Get you up out of here, man. Sacrifice their homeland for America. Yeah, man, go back home and build that up. Got your family them over there. Go ahead and build that up. You can't trust everybody. What you mean in that Discord, Mama Lisa? I ain't gonna trust everybody. Gotta vet them. What you talking about, Mama Lisa, in the Discord? Their family integrity for real, for real. Yeah, man. Need a petition to NAA. Man, this week I got them coming, bro. I got them coming. I'm dropping bombs this week, man. Straight bombs. NAACP. Anything, man, that's got our name, image, and likeness. I don't want nobody to be able to even do that no more. Like, say, black organization without it being us. Everyone's slaved. Work while they've been here useless. You've been hiding this whole time and getting free money you didn't work for. Oh, I always got to keep that landline. That's crazy too, because that's probably how we need to talk to each other. I'm glad you said that, Mama Lisa. That's probably how we need to talk to each other. Landline. Everybody get a landline, and that's how we communicate. But how many people can you have on one landline at the same time? Yeah, they love using that. Definitely that landline gonna be safe. That's a good question, right? If we got 50 people and we trying to talk and everybody got a landline, I've been having this phone. I've been having a cell phone since '96, but never gave up my landline. That's crazy. Many who identify as FBA were Pan-African previously. They switching over. We got to watch out for them, man. Everybody's switching over right now. Best to have lone wolves to send out. Yeah, only can do a 3-way. Yeah, we need to send out our coded messages, but it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, family, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, bro. Landlines are digital now. They have always been able to tap them. For real. Be on here tomorrow, y'all. We're gonna chop it up some more, talk some more business ideas and what we could do. But Discord is where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna probably have a special segment for the Discord. See if we can get everybody on there where it's just speaking. Yeah, man. Crew Royal, man, he certified. Everybody, man, for tapping in, man. Y'all been supporting me, bro. On this channel, bro. Standing on business with me. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be on that. I'm gonna be on Discord, man. We're gonna be speaking on there. We're gonna speak our talk on Discord, man. I mean, until we find something else, or if it's something urgent we need, we're gonna lock it in on the Discord. But Too Cool was supposed to call in. She ain't call in, but I ain't leave the link on. Y'all hit me tomorrow. We're gonna get on here tomorrow. What up, bro? What is this bill that you have to be 3 to 4 gen? Oh yeah, you gotta be yeah, you got your grandparents. I mean, you can't be first generation. Shout out to Gabby. Salute, Gabby. Yeah, to run for office, you can't be first generation, not even second generation. Matter of fact, we're only taking the people who got the longest generation. Like those are the first ones that we need to be. And then I guess it go back from there. But yeah, that's how I feel, bro. The more tenure you got, the more generations that your family been here, you creme de la creme. Like that's, but yeah, I'm with you on that. Think about it. The courts can't even touch you when trademark name because you own it. And it's called jurisdiction overreach. Okay. Okay. Stephen Wilcox. Salute, bro. You claim to be black, not white or anything else. Facts, man. Hey, but we standing on business this week, man. But we definitely, I gotta run something to get. I'm finna run a campaign on Byron Donald. I'm gonna probably have some videos by him dropping because I ain't trying to let him win Florida. No, I can't do that. May have to we're gonna have to pull up on Byron Donald personally and talk to him. I won't mess it up. I won't mess. Real, bro. We ain't letting these first generation. You shouldn't even be thinking about being in the politics. You a first generation. What? That's disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful. Real. Yeah, Lozano do need to go home. You put that part. Yeah, man. A first generation should be doing. You shouldn't be able to do nothing but work. That's it. You shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You can't even own a home. You can't even like. If we try to go places, but we can't even buy land. We can't even buy no land or nothing. Land got to be owned from the people, man, from real American. That's how they have it. First generation, yeah, they got an agenda. You don't know, you have no background here, bro. Why would you even want to run for somewhere where you ain't got no experience? You ain't got no family history, no ties or nothing. Listen and work. Shout out, Warrior, for real. Just listen what we tell you to do and work. That's it. Keep your green card up to date. Well, you a citizen now, you first gen, so but your options is limited. When you don't have options as the American that's been here. That's disrespectful for people to just come here, bro, and they could just do the same. That's disrespectful, bro. We got to get back to it. Taxes in Jackson County are 10% for property. Jackson County, what Jackson County at? Florida? In Missouri, land is cheap compared to Cali. Missouri, okay. Yeah, I know it's a Jackson County in Florida, but Yeah, man, we got to get on that, man. If land's cheap, we need to be buying up the land, and now the world is ours. You can have quite a few that. You have 4 or 5 on there. Okay. On the landline. Man, we been giving them way too much leeway, bro. They don't give us no leeway. If we go to another country, bro, what? You paying, bro, you gotta pay. They should have to pay a FBA tax. We should have a tax out here, bro. Like, you gotta pay. You gotta pay to the foundation. We ain't do all that for free. Our ancestors ain't die, get beat up, and all that for free. Hell no. You have to pay for that. All of that bloodshed you got is just a fee. You have to pay for it. You know, you didn't have to. You ain't do nothing to get where you at. That's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel, bro. Damn, for 50K? That ain't bad, bro. In Florida, a 1 acre gonna cost you at least 30. But dang, bro, Warrior, you gotta put me on up that end, man. I need to be grabbing some property, bro, in Missouri. We need to get on that real estate. I said in 2026, I'm getting on my real estate. I got some real estate ideas, things that I want to do. And it got to do with land too, because I'm familiar with the water, so I kind of want to get people water right and then sell them the land. Not even selling the land, just really get the land, fix the water, and get up out of there. Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. They gonna be like the boys in the hood. Remember, dude had to get out the car. They ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna bust a grape with a sledgehammer. Yeah, y'all hit that like button, man. I'm about to get up out of here, though. I appreciate y'all. Facts. The water out here is trash. Damn, Warrior, we may have to get it, man. We may have to link up, man. Because, man, I got a process, man, that I know our people are sheep. Yeah, bro. It's crazy, too. But we got to wake them up. We're going to wake them up. Well, yeah, man, y'all, I'm gonna be on here tomorrow, man. We're gonna go over some stuff. Hopefully, we got some good stories. But y'all look out, man. I'm doing some videos on. I'm waking up the whole Black Caucus and the whole, Byron Donald. I'm really trying to make some noise so we're more aware of these people are not us. I even heard Brandon Johnson was Caribbean. Yeah, Warrior, we got to link up, man. Yeah, I got your IG too, man. So, man, I really want to get into real estate in a lot of different places too, man. So I'm glad you're giving us the game over there. But yeah, the Asians out here in Cali, they got all the water fill-up shop. Yeah, we got to get them water fill-ups too, man. Where people just can go get their water and fill up. It's a lot, bro. We gotta dominate. We just gotta find industries. Like Too Cold was saying, we gotta find industries and dominate in them, bro. Because they sure do right. When they get into their little industries, bro, they gonna make sure they, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do the same. So by y'all helping me, it's helping us, and it's helping us, get more people out that be doing that and dominating in the field. So, man, I love and appreciate y'all for real. So make sure y'all hit that like button. You ain't already subscribed to the channel, man. We talk about standing on business here, and we make sure we doing the best we could do to link up, get with each other, and definitely make it happen, because it's up to us. I was supposed to put that on the shirt, but I also got some new shirts, man. I'm gonna be coming out with y'all. Just something that can link us together, man. Y'all make sure y'all support the shirts and stuff too. That, yeah, we gotta support that brother who created the machines. That's dope too. That's super dope. They trying to destroy him. Yeah, man, we gotta definitely put on for the FBA. But man, I love and appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all in the next video, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to Gabby. Shout out to Extra Lovely, Mama Lisa. Everybody who tuned in, Engine Radio. Everybody who tuned in, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Always tapped in, enlightened. Always coming in, man, and showing love. But y'all tap in tomorrow, man, and check out some of the videos and the stuff that we dropping. Peace, love. I'll catch y'all in the next video.